Gotta be fucking kidding.
Here's the first movie.
Did you know I'm utterly insane?
Peel that pig and slice him thick.
The body count is always bigger.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
The fucking trees walked in those movies.
Hi, doggy.
What a story, Mark.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled.
It's just like your opinion, man.
Life moves pretty fast.
If you want your sequel to become a franchise.
37 dicks.
In a row?
I'm your number one fan.
Hey everybody, boys and girls. Welcome to the first official episode of Marathon Me.
Woo!
It's featuring your hosts, Kane Murcott
and Rhys Marks. I thought we weren't going to give second names, because now people can find our personal Facebooks.
Yeah,
and
people
stuff.
are going to dox us, man. Well, you know what? Later episodes, I was going to start just plugging my Instagram and YouTube and all that. So
okay,
get out of the way
right.
early.
But then, what's the point of plugging your YouTube if you're not going to be posting anything,
mate? Who says I'm not posting?
Ooh, that's exciting.
It's a future tease, man.
Oh god, there's going to be all these like marathonme.co projects coming up in the future. I'm going to be honest. I have a big headache at the moment. Not a good omen for our first ever episode.
Not a good start. It's probably my fault because, listening to my voice for this long could usually have these side effects. So please have your medication at the hand when you're listening to this podcast.
I had my medication. Thank God. Thank Christ for that. So
Good
I think
man.
I should be all right. Hopefully, give it like 2 minutes or something. So yeah, that is why you were the perfect person to introduce our first ever podcast. I'm proud. Feel great.
Thank you so much.
So what movie did we do this week?
We chose the first Scream movie, directed by Wes Craven.
Someone is playing a deadly game.
It all began with a scream over 911.
Someone who's seen one too many scary movies. Now he's taken his love of fear.
Hello?
Hello, Sydney.
One step too far.
Do you like scary movies?
If you're a movie fan, you know about Scream. You know what it is. You've probably seen it, or you've at least seen the famous Ghostface killer mask / costume.
Yeah,
it's iconic at this point.
Us movie experts being like, oh, ghost killer.
The ghost killer, oh my god.
Halloween with Michael Jackson.
Oh my god. With Mike Myers from Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Funny thing about Scream is there would be so many people out there that think that Scary Movie and Scream are the exact same movie.
Oh my god.
and I don't even think that it's Ghostface that would make them think that. I think it is, I swear, the font. It is the font that would make people go, oh, they're the same movie. Kane, if you wanted to look, don't tug too much because of the headphone cable. But if you look at the covers, which are right over there in my bookcase, it's the same font and they're right next to each other. Because
I see it.
Because it's also alphabetical order that my movies are in, and Scream and Scary Movie are both right next to each other. So it looks like that they're in the same franchise.
I mean, depending on who you ask, they technically are. One of them is a horror classic. The other one is just a classic in general.
A comedy classic.
Oh, no, just a classic movie in general,
Just a classic. It's up there with Casablanca and... and Citizen Kane and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, then I should probably relocate it then in my movie collection from the horror section to the classics.
You really should.
Put it right next to The Godfather.
Yeah, anyways, let's get back right into it. We'll save Scary Movie for another day.
Oh, yeah, of course, sorry. I just thought this was a very important point to mention. So which one? So which one do you like more, Scary Movie or Scream?
Personally, I like Scary Movie more, but that's more of a personal thing for me.
Scream, definitely. This rewatch, I think, put into perspective how fucking good it is.
Oh my god, yes.
Like, damn, it was. It was one of my favorite horror franchises for a while, because it was also one of the first ones that I watched the entire franchise of. So I guess it's sort of fitting for our first series.
Oh yeah, definitely.
A really good sort of microcosm for it is the first scene is so fucking good.
Oh my god, yes.
It's classic and everyone knows about it, but I didn't really realize until we rewatched it today. I'm like, this is constructed super fucking well.
I know it. If anything, I'm sure that critics or just critics in general have said this point before, but the opening, I'd say what would you say, it was the opening like 10, 15 minutes? How long do you think that opening scene was?
It's probably 10 minutes.
Yeah, the opening like
less.
10 minutes. Basically, you know, the famous scene with Drew Barrymore and all that. That would work on its own as just a short film, honestly. Like,
sure. It's pretty self-contained.
Yeah, if we just watched that and just stopped right like as the credits started, I'd be satisfied, honestly, because it just I don't know. It hits the point home really nicely. It's giving us the tone of like setting up the tone and the vibe of the movie and all that.
I could totally see Wes Craven offering that just by itself to Miramax and Dimension as like a, come on, give me more money now.
Yeah.
See, like, give me more money. We can make the entire thing. And they're like, yeah, sure. Yeah, we can do that.
They're like, okay, you directed Nightmare on Elm Street. I guess we'll give you this.
I guess, sure.
I guess,
whatever.
okay.
Like, I guess it's sort of cool, the other movie that you made. But have you really proved yourself yet?
Can I just quickly say, before when you were talking about how, like, Scream was, like, kind of one of the first horror film franchises that you kind of exposed yourself to and all that, like, fully. I was kind of the same. I never like really watched all of them in full when I was getting into horror movies, but I do remember watching the first movie a ton of times. Not loving it though. I liked it, but I just liked it as an obligatory, like, oh yeah, it's the first one. The first is always the best and all that. Kind of like how, you know, when I watched the first Halloween, I was like, okay, I have to like this one because it's the original, it's the classic, the one that started it all, kind of cliche. And we'll talk more about that when we eventually do Halloween. But sorry if you can hear dogs in the background, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that's probably going to happen. Good that it happened on this first episode so that we can sort of add context. So, yeah, we're recording in my bedroom in my family home, and I have 3 dogs that will bark at just about anything. So far, we've been pretty lucky.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If you hear any barking in the background, then it's probably Mabes. Maybe is one of the dogs, and she's the white one. She's probably the best one, but also, holy shit, she is annoying when she'll just bark at anything. So that's probably going to happen a lot. But, you know, just going to have to deal with it. See, we're pretty nice here. Have a bit of variety with people talking on the pod. Well, not really with people, but entities talking on the podcast, dogs and people alike.
Where was I going with this?
We were just talking about the intro. So, like, basically...
Yeah, okay.
I also found it was, like, intimidating as fuck. Like, it works really well.
Oh, yeah, it made me uncomfortable as shit, the intro.
It's actually scary, and it's also like really emotionally. I got goosebumps at the end.
Oh my god, yeah,
because it was really emotionally. It emotionally invested me because it was first of all really scary. The whole like, oh, want to see your insides, sort of thing. That was fucking bad.
It did send me chills. I will say though, when like when she gets out the house and all that, and she's being chased by the killer and eventually gets like stabbed and all that like the music in the background, I feel like the music was definitely something that really added a lot to the scene. It did a great job of just crescendo, like when he stabs, the music just crescendos into this it goes from like horror, like what's it called, suspenseful, the, you know, thumping kind of music. You know what I'm talking about, Rhys?
That was a very, very nice sentence. That's why I'm smiling, because that sort of shows that we are qualified to talk about this, using words such as crescendo and stuff like that.
It crescendos into a what's it called?
And then then the yums sort of bring us back down to like a normal place.
Yeah.
But see how that was very good, Kane. That was awesome. Sorry. Oh, that sounded really patronising.
I was gonna say, bitch, you patronised me.
Oh, very good. No, that was mad.
I'm probably not even using like I feel like I'm probably using the word crescendo in a proper way in that sentence. But I will say that after stabbing Drew Barrymore's character Casey, the soundtrack transitions from, you know, suspenseful to just, I'd say, kind of heartbreaking in a way.
Yeah, when her parents are like in desperation, looking around for her, and they're like, "Where's Casey? Where's my daughter? Oh my god!"
Dude,
like that was really heart wrenching, and I think that's when I started to get goosebumps.
Yeah,
because I'm like, "Oh my god, this would be terrifying for these parents."
It makes you really feel for the characters that you know nothing about.
Yeah, already humanizing characters like, I don't know, 8 minutes into the film or something. Fucking mad. I've got to say, props to Wes Craven. Good on you, man. Good on you. And, and also with the whole, like, horror quiz thing with, like, how she had to answer, like, who the killer was in these, like, different movies. I just instantly got taken back to one of our movie marathons that we had when we watched some of the Halloween movies, and our mate Jacob was with us and kept on calling the fucking killer Jason in Halloween.
Oh my god.
And so he would definitely fail this quiz.
Oh yeah, he's done.
And we kept on being like, dude, it's fucking Michael. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay, it's an honest mistake, it's fine. And then next time we'll be like, oh, there he is, Jason in the car. Jason would never drive a car, Jacob. He would never be in a car.
He does not have the brain capabilities to functionally drive a car. Like, come on, he's got the brain of a child, for God's
Exactly,
sake.
that's a fucking child in there, bro.
Yeah.
Even though they're really like, where would Michael have learned how to drive a car
Yeah,
anyway?
it's already hard to believe that Michael could learn how to drive a car. Jason, that's like, come on, mate.
Oh, come on, you fucking amateur. No, I love you, Jacob. Sorry,
Yeah.
didn't want to like
We don't want to
get you out there already.
Yeah, we didn't want to roast you on the first episode. Love you, baby.
Yeah. Also, the scene really made me want to have popcorn. Like,
Oh,
really.
God, yes. No, I've actually got a craving for it right now. I really want to just like leave, go to the store and get some right now.
Man, maybe that's why I have a headache, because I'm just so in desperation of popcorn and that I'm missing out.
Hey, frankly, I can't blame you. When's the last time you were at an actual movie theater?
Oh no, I went like first day that it opened back up.
But did you get popcorn though?
No, I don't get popcorn.
Mate, like, it's expensive, but like movie popcorn, that shit just hits different, man.
I brought my lunch from home. I forgot what it was. And then I like microwaved it in the tea room at work.
Oh, what a fucking
And then went
nerd.
straight away from there to the movie theater, making sure to be as quick as possible so that it didn't cool down, so that I could have my hot lunch in the movie theater. It was an amazing experience, honestly, going back, because it was also on PS5 launch day.
Yeah.
I got up for work starting at 6 for the PS5 launch, and then right away when my shift ended at 11, I right away went from there to the movies to watch the Comeback Trail. Pretty average movie, but still, it was fantastic. It was just me and one other dude in the cinemas, because I don't think anyone else
so
knew that stuff was open back up. And
I didn't even know that theaters were open back up.
yeah, I was like I got an email from Village saying on the 11th of November or whatever it was, and I was like, I'm there right away.
Oh, you're so lucky. I still have not been to the movie theaters since I think early March. So
oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I would say we've got to go, but there's pretty much nothing on right now.
There's nothing. Yeah, there's literally nothing. The only thing I have a mild interest in seeing is Tenet, and even then, it's like just whatever.
Not even fucking Scoob is out. Like, I've been holding off to see Scoob for the longest time because I wanted to see it in the movie.
That makes one of us. I do not want to watch Scoob. I thought it looked.
Why?
I thought it looks awful. It looks bad. Also, I don't have a big connection to Scooby Doo as much as you do. You're a hyper fan. Speaking of Scooby Doo, our boy Shaggy's in it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Good old Matthew Lillard.
And he was awesome. He of course, like I'm saying anything new, but he does fucking nail this.
He's a lovable man, and he's full of energy in this movie. You'd think that the role was written for someone like Jim Carrey, with how like over the top and manic he is.
Oh, totally. Yeah. There's a lot going on with him, and then also whenever I would see him and Jamie Kennedy in the same shot, I kept on thinking, man, Jamie Kennedy would have had a chance if he went up to audition for Shaggy in the live-action Scooby-Doo movies. I think there's an alternate universe where that is a very real thing.
Hey, well, in Scream 2, which we will talk about in the next episode, he does have the Shaggy soul patch that Matthew Lillard has in the Scooby-Doo movies. So.
Exactly. It probably lines up like that. When the auditions were happening, he was like, I'm going to go for it. And then he grew it out just for that, and then happened to keep it for the movie and everything. So I think that is an alternate reality where we're missing out. Dude.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We are missing out.
Yeah, but, I reckon this reality with Matthew Lillard, it's decent. I can live with it.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What'd you do?
I think I lost all my notes.
Mate, you're witnessing this first. My man just lost his notes. I've got a few.
Empty note discarded.
I've got a few, but they're I don't know if they're good or not.
And I made sure to for our first fucking episode, disaster.
No.
Lost our Scream 1 and 2 notes. See, it's because I got this new phone recently. I was fucked over a bit by Google because I wanted to get the Pixel 5 and it was all this complicated shit. I got the Pixel 4a 5G anyway. And I'm liking it. It's pretty cool. Camera's awesome. But I've no idea how to use any of these fucking tools yet. Google Photos, not a clue. not a clue. I will have photos. I transferred all my photos over to my new phone, and I'll be able to find them when I'm searching for a photo to send to someone. Like if I'm in Messenger looking through my photos to send, can find something easily. Go into Google Photos. No idea.
See,
I've half of the folders that I had beforehand, and I've got no idea how to fix that.
See, this is why when I was shopping for a new phone last year, I was considering getting a Google phone, but I don't enjoy using Google Photos because I have Google Photos on my phone, but Google Photos is like the main kind of like gallery in Google phones. I'm assuming, yes.
Yeah, it's the only one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I haven't found otherwise, but it could be.
And I don't mind you. I could be wrong, so please correct me in the comments or bloody send us a message or whatever. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of using Google Photos. I just more prefer just the simplistic gallery settings and all that. And I'm a simple man, and that's all I really need and all that. So yeah.
So I'm probably getting a new phone because fuck this one, losing my freaking notes.
Hey,
my god!
Hey, if you don't want it, I'll keep it. Having two phones doesn't hurt anybody.
Nah, I like the camera.
Okay. Hold out on me, that's fine.
I'm so upset.
Oh,
what
my God.
Fucking podcast cancelled, guys. Podcast is cancelled. My God.
Nah. Look, since we're talking about cast members and all that, can we talk about David Arquette for a second? And just
sure.
Adorably goofy he is.
He is very, very sweet with his little mustache.
I don't know why. There's just this there's this weird, funny, irresistible charm about him. Like, you can't take him seriously in the entire movie. Hell, even in the sequel, you can't take it seriously. And I'll get into that in the next episode. But all right. Well, David Arquette, he does a fine job in the movie, and also that's where he met like Courtney Cox and all that. What's her name in Friends again? Monica?
Yeah, Monica.
Yeah, Monica. I don't watch Friends, so I don't really...
You're not a Friends fan?
No, I'm a Seinfeld guy myself.
Oh, I'm definitely a Seinfeld guy, but I've seen my fair share of Friends. I think when I got Stan, I did all of Friends and then all of Seinfeld straight afterwards.
Yeah.
Never was into Seinfeld, and then was like, I'll give it a try, and it's a superior show.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But anyways, I don't really have much to say about David Arquette. I just wanted to talk about how much I just loved him in that movie.
Yeah, I sort of he's probably one of the least things that I'm that attached to in the movie, to be honest.
He's just so... Alright, so he says he's 25 in the movie. He the way he interacts around bloody Gale... Wait.
Yeah.
Why? Sorry,
Heather Gale or Gale Heather? I don't know.
Sorry. I was thinking of Gale Hale. I was thinking of Gale Hailstorm from Scary Movie, and I was thinking wait,
Gale Hailstorm.
I was like, wait a minute, was her name Gale in the fucking Scream movie? Oh my god,
that was a huge issue through this entire viewing.
Yes,
was that I kept on because I've seen Scream probably twice or three times in my life. I've seen the first Scary Movie at least 10.
Oh yeah.
So every scene I was just expecting. Oh god, did I just close now the fucking audio?
I hope not.
Oh no, we're fine.
Oh, thank God.
Jesus, all these technical difficulties.
Mate, this is like a thriller in itself. Yeah. You're wondering when the next fuck up's gonna happen.
God, it's just like the first scene of the movie, getting goosebumps, getting emotionally invested. But yeah, so what was it? Yeah, we kept on expecting the next scene or thing to happen to be whatever happened in Scary Movie.
Yes.
Like when Sydney's dad comes in the movie, I thought the whole muffin thing was going to happen with gotta use baking powder, not baking soda. I'm going to have muffins coming out of your nose.
See, oh no, you finish, please.
That was it.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say that I didn't really think Scary Movie at that point. When I started thinking of Scary Movie, was when Billy Loomis is leaving Sydney's house and she flashes her tits at him. I was expecting the scene in Scary Movie where it's just a pair of man tits and then he falls out the window.
Yeah.
And I was just
PG-13 thing.
Oh my god, that was. Oh, we've got to talk about Scary Movie at some point.
Oh,
man.
we will. Well, we've probably already spoken about it more on this podcast than fucking Scream.
Oh god.
But yeah, well, now that I've lost my notes, I don't even know what to fucking talk about now. I just have to the thing that's in my mind that's going to be probably the main topic of the whole rest of this Scream franchise watch is I have a bit of a crush on Jamie Kennedy. During ISO, he was one thing that I sort of obsessed over, not like a romantic crush, just one that I just had him on my mind because of how freaking weird and interesting he is as a guy. And then also, have you heard of the Jamie Kennedy experiment?
No.
There is. I've been holding off from saying this to you until we got on the podcast.
Okay.
But there's a Jamie Kennedy TV show.
Yeah.
That has 3 seasons, and it's a prank TV show.
Oh, wow.
And it is actually freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Because I heard about it, and I'm like, no way, this must be awful. This must be just freaking terrible. And then my brother and I started watching some, and we could not stop watching.
Yeah.
Second episode had me crying in laughter. It's like just burped. First
right.
burp of the podcast.
Oh, God bless. See, I burped a little bit before, but I made sure to keep it silent.
I tried facing away, but I was like, no, just too
disgusting.
Yeah, too uppity about Jamie Kennedy. Uppity about Kennedy.
Yeah.
And that's what the show could have been called.
Uppity about. Wait, his show or our show?
His show, not Uppity about Kennedy. That's going to be my spin-off podcast.
Oh yeah, you're just going to talk about Jamie Kennedy all day.
It's going to be a rewatch of the Jamie Kennedy experiment, where I just talk about in depth about each prank in each episode.
Oh, please do. I would watch it.
But I would love to do that if it weren't for how fucking hard it is to get your hands on these episodes. There's like episode 1, episode 2, and like episode 10 on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then everything else I cannot find anywhere. Legally or... only legally, because that's the only way that I've looked for it, of course.
Good
but
man.
I cannot find it anywhere. And it's like one of those things that it's so weird, all this media that probably is just like gone.
Yeah.
That only particular people that have had things to do with the actual making of the media would have access to it. An example of this is for one of my good friends. He's like one of my best friends, Stefanos. For his birthday, for Christmas, I wanted to get him the box set of this ABC3 show that we used to watch called The Killian Curse. Have you ever heard of The Killian Curse?
I remember The Killian Curse. I don't remember anything about it. I do remember the name, though.
The Killian Curse was mad. And I have this like very, very distinct memory of Steph and I watching on Halloween when we were like 11 years old, The Killian Curse, a couple of episodes in a row, and just like, it was probably like the first time that I was like aware of Halloween happening around me, and I really felt like I was sort of celebrating Halloween. Woo. And yeah, I know, it was spooky. Woo. And it was just so good. And this show just really like that. It's only memories. It only lives in my memories right now. So I went, I want to revisit that with Stefanos and get him the actual series on DVD.
Yeah.
And I searched it up, and season 1 is available. In 3 libraries in New Zealand.
Oh, well.
I found a Reddit post where people were like, how can I get my hands on Killian Curse? And someone went so in depth to being like, okay, so you can't buy it. So the only way to get it are these 3 libraries in New Zealand. The Newcastle, like they listed each library where you can get it from.
Is there that big of an audience for the Killian Curse?
Well, no, but they are strong enough fans to research that deep into what New Zealand libraries they are located at.
Yeah.
And we're speaking right now from Melbourne, Australia.
Yeah,
so we
can't get our hands on them. Not yet, at least.
And I couldn't even if I could get my hands on it, it's not like that I'm going to be able to give it to Stefanos as a present. Like I can't afford those New Zealand library overdue return fees. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they'll break your legs, man, if you don't return their stuff.
Yeah. And then season 2 just does not exist anywhere online.
It's not meant for your eye. It's not meant for mere mortal's eyes, obviously.
Or any physical media. Like, it just does not exist anywhere. and the reason that I have a good feeling that it does not exist anywhere is because one of the comments in this Reddit post was a dude being like, hey, I played Jack on the show. And Jack was like, it was one of those shows where like every episode had a different character that it followed and different like horror. It was like a horror anthology series.
Oh, okay.
So this dude Jack, this character Jack, the actor has no way of finding his episode that is all about him. How much would that suck? Like, we have all the resources of all of our like student films or whatever that we will make sure never get lost for the rest of eternity. But this poor guy, his project as a kid is owned by freaking like Channel 4 New Zealand or some shit, and he cannot find it anywhere. So he's like, please, if anyone knows where they can possibly find this episode. I would love to just see it.
Obviously, there's probably some form. There's like content in the episode that the New Zealand government. Is it a New Zealand show?
Yeah, it's a New Zealand show.
Okay, yeah. Maybe there's something that the New Zealand government doesn't want the people to see.
Must be.
Yeah, they're like spilling some government secrets or something. So they're like, no, like get it off the airways, get it off, burn every copy.
Maybe should we cut this out of the podcast, maybe? And like they're trying to get rid of the memory of people that they have it. That's why it's such a niche mention of it online in this one Reddit post.
Are we gonna get assassinated?
Oh my god, maybe just like our memories wiped.
Maybe
that's it.
I don't want my memory.
I know, right?
I like my memory.
We'll just restart the entire podcast then.
We just forget about the whole podcast entirely.
Yeah, we've already forgotten about that. This is about Scream, but that's sort of because I lost my fucking notes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, look, how about this? I want to look going back to Scream. I just want to say, how the fuck did people not suspect that Billy was the killer? Like,
oh my god.
I know that they did the whole red herring thing by like it being like, oh, Billy's going to the police station. Oh no, but he's innocent though.
Like, he's too obvious.
Yeah, they were trying to do the red herring thing, but then he ends up becoming the killer. Because there's two killers in the movie. But like, how the fuck? Like, I reckon like, did audiences go in the movie theaters in 1996, watch this movie, and not think that dude with this dead-eyed? I'm not making fun of the actor, by the way. I'm sure he's a lovely dude, but holy fuck. He has the most dead-eyed stare I've ever seen in my life. How the fuck does no one suspect that he's the killer?
You pointed out that he has sort of like a Johnny Depp in Nightmare on Elm Street vibe, but like a non-charming version of that.
Yeah. He definitely has a young Johnny Depp, like Nightmare on Elm Street or Crybaby vibe, where he talks like him. He talks kind of like him. He has kind of similar mannerisms, but like a more. Oh, that just sounds mean. I was gonna say like bootleg version of Johnny Depp, but that just sounds mean. Oh my god.
Well, like I can sort of see it. Yeah, I get what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah.
See, truth is important, Kane. We gotta be honest.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. I just don't feel comfortable ragging on actors that I'm sure are trying their best and all that. He did a great job at playing a fucking creep and all that.
It was probably all intentional. It was
no, most definitely.
He just made me uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, no, Sam. I don't know how Nev Campbell wasn't uncomfortable during the sex scene, like, bro.
Oh yeah, and sorry. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah, go on.
So funny. So the whole scene where he like comes into Sydney's bedroom and then like is pretty much like, hey, I want to bang, and then leaves. So he goes up and he's like, yeah, I don't want to sleep with you. It would just be nice, like some over the clothes stuff. And Sydney's like, you know what? Sure, let's do it. And then they start making out for probably 4 seconds, and then his hand tries to go up her skirt, and it's like, bro, not even. And then, of course, because of that, hand goes up skirt. She's like, no, thank you. Yeah. Okay, I'm done here. Thank you so much for coming by. Like, that was fantastic foreplay. And then he's like, oh, yeah, you're teasing me. Or whatever. Of course, if the only thing that she establishes is this rule, okay, let's just do over the clothes stuff. I'm happy to do that. Oh, me too. That sounds lovely. But I'm going to try and get up your skirt. Just right away.
Billy boy.
What an impatient man. Maybe could have like gotten there. So this a girl advice with Rhys. But maybe he could have like gotten somewhere if he was like smooth about the whole thing. Yeah. A little bit subtle, not just away.
Yeah, maybe if he just, waited more than 4 fucking seconds. Like, he probably like thought, okay, 4 seconds, we're making out. All right, good to go now.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Also, what a fucking pig by later on in the movie.
Oh no, I was literally going to bring this up. Oh my god, that pissed me off so much.
Yeah, is being like, his whole attitude is sort of like, oh, such a cry. Since your mum got killed, you haven't wanted to touch me. You would rather think that I'm a murderer than touch me or something like that. And then making this whole her mum being murdered, which is sort of a big deal in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah, just a bit.
Just a gentleman in that way.
Yeah. Just a gentleman, okay.
And then makes it about him and their sex life.
Yeah, oh my fucking god.
And at least she's upfront about it, and she's like, are you really making it about this? Are you really making my mum's murder about how we have not fucked? Why?
Oh my! He makes the whole mother's death, which keep in mind happened like a year ago.
Yeah,
in
not
the
a
movie.
huge long time ago. Where it's like, oh yeah, and sorry to interrupt.
No, go on.
But he does say multiple times, "It's time to move on, Sydney.
Oh my!
It's time to move on
God.
from your mum being raped and murdered. What the fuck?
You say that when you can say that when like say a pet died. That sounds a bit fucked up, but like I'm gonna be honest, that's something that you can say like when a pet dies or like a celebrity that you love dies.
When your fish Goldie dies.
Yeah, exactly. Not when your goddamn mother was. Not when your mother was raped and murdered. A year ago. What the actual fuck? And like, yeah, he just makes it seem like a really big like just a what's the word? Like just an inconvenience. Like, your mother died. Oh, you're not having sex with me.
It's such an inconvenience to my sex life.
Oh my god, like, oh.
I think that she mentions that it's like the day before the 1 year anniversary of the mum being murdered.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Oh my fucking god, that is... Oh,
it would be appearing on her Snapchat memories like 1 year ago. 1 year ago today is your mum's funeral.
For a fact, someone's actually made a post like that. Like,
of course, like talking about social media brings up my next point that I had in my notes.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
This is so funny. So when the killer first sort of confronts Sydney in her house, and then like he's locked out of the room, and then he disappears, and then Billy comes up out of nowhere. It's Billy, right?
Yeah, Billy.
Yeah, Billy comes up out of nowhere and is like, "Oh no, it's okay. I scared him off." And then in slow motion, a cell phone drops out of his pocket, and then Sydney looks down to be like, "You have a cell phone on you? This must mean that you're the killer."
And keep in mind, this movie was made and takes place in 1996, so cell phones weren't like that big of a thing.
Yeah, but it's just such a funny contrast that you have a cell phone on you.
Oh yeah,
you must have been the killer. And then
monster.
Then they go to the police station, and Kane and I laughed our asses off.
Yes.
When in the interrogation, him being like, "So Billy, tell us why you had a cellular telephone on you that day." And I just imagined like that happening in a contemporary landscape, that like you go into like how police seem to always have it out for someone that you're suspected of murder because of you having a cell phone on you.
Oh no, God forbid. Oh, we're all screwed now. We're all Ghostface.
Yeah, exactly. All these teenagers with their killing and shit.
Oh no, fucking hell.
Oh, I just found that hilarious. And we were both like,
oh, that line was great.
Telltale sign of being a serial killer.
Oh yeah, definitely. You have a cell phone, you're a serial killer. Sorry to break it to you, audience, but
yeah. If you're listening to this on cell phone on the bus, make sure you don't kill anyone on the way to fucking work.
Yeah, like come on, like just keep it for home. No, please don't take that literally. Do not.
Oh yeah, no. Do not kill anyone at home.
Yeah,
please don't.
I do not want to be.
Keep the knife in the kitchen solely for cooking purposes.
Yes, please.
Solely for cooking only vegetables and meat
that
is of animals that are not human.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
No live animals. Okay, keep that in mind. No live animals.
Yeah, please. Avoid that if you can.
Please.
What's our next point? Because I don't have my freaking notes. I don't really know what else is there.
Well, that's actually an excellent question.
If there's ever dead space, I'll just talk about Jamie Kennedy and my love for him and my weird sort of like star attraction towards him. Just because of how much of an interesting man he is. So one of the coolest things probably about this movie and this franchise is the whole meta nature of it. Just had to come into mind because it's connected to Jamie Kennedy. But how he dissects the horror genre and tells these rules and everything like that.
Randy knows his shit.
He definitely does. And also, like, man, speaking of Blockbuster 2, fuck, that was the job that I wanted. I wanted to be Randy.
You wanted it. I still want it, man.
I know. Well, I still want it, but it's sort of not a reliable thing to... I wonder if, like, a Blockbuster would have gotten a lot of traction during COVID, because people can't go to the movies, but still people would have had to, like, go out.
I mean, if, like, the internet and Netflix wasn't a thing, I feel like COVID still... I feel like... Not COVID, fuck. I feel like Blockbuster maybe would have gotten a bit of traction, but then again, because of the whole social distancing thing and all that, and a lot of businesses closing, I feel like Blockbuster might have got fucked in a... Yeah, I feel like Blockbuster might have gotten fucked.
If it didn't get fucked a couple of years ago, then it would have gotten fucked this year.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so Randy has our dream job of working in a video store.
Bastard.
I know, and I had a freaking job secured there, I swore... because I knew the people that worked on my local one. they were lovely people, and they were always like, "Oh, mate, when you get old enough to get a job, you're working here." And I was like, yes. I told, like, always at primary school on, like, "Oh, what do you want to be when you grow up?" days, I would be like, "I want to work at Blockbuster."
You just flexing already in primary school? Jesus.
Yeah. I was like, no, I didn't know that I, like, could have gotten a job there.
Yeah.
I just was like, that's my dream job. I want to work there for the rest of my life, sort of thing. My dreams have gotten a little bit bigger since then.
Oh, yeah,
but,
well, I hope so.
a little bit bigger. Working at JB Hi-Fi, selling the DVDs instead of actually renting them.
Attaboy.
But then we were probably 13, bordering on 14 when our local one closed down, and we need to be 14 and 9 months to get a job there.
Yeah, it's a crying shame, honestly.
God, would have been so good. Could have been Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah,
but
honestly, like, even if you were working there, you could have been Jamie Kennedy. I could have been Matthew Lillard during that scene. You could have started screaming at me about how everyone's a suspect.
Oh, with your weird tongue.
With my weird tongue,
everyone's a suspect.
My weird tongue, my high energy, and all that shit.
Yeah, I wanted to get with Sydney.
Oh God, oh mate.
This is a point that I thought during the movie.
Yeah.
Is why are people friends with Randy? Like,
oh my God.
Not for like, oh, Randy's such an annoying person, but like mutually, I don't think that he would have liked those people that he's hanging around with, other than Sydney. I think that later on, he sort of got established probably that he was hanging out with them just because he wanted to get with Sydney.
No, he was definitely sticking around because he was thirsting over Sydney. And
Yeah.
can't blame him either. But yeah, go on.
But like, they just seemed so incompatible, like Randy with everyone else. Like, I don't know why Randy would have liked either of the guys in that friend group. Wouldn't have liked Billy, wouldn't have liked Matthew Lillard, wouldn't have liked Stu.
Yeah.
Because they would have just not... What would they have spoken about? I don't think that they would have spoken about anything.
Yeah, no, I was literally going to say, like, they did not seem like they had any similar... The only person I could literally see him having similar interests with is Sydney.
Yeah.
Whether that's fabricated because he's into her, or they have genuine, like, rapport and, like, chemistry and all that. It's interests. But, yeah, like... I don't think I ever saw him interact with Tatum in the movie.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Tatum would be like, ew, he's so gross. He was green.
And then, like, the only person, like Billy, he fucking hates Billy.
Why would that be?
Getting in with the girl of his dreams, just being an all around creepy son of a bitch.
Yeah, also because he knows that he is the freaking killer.
Yeah,
he can tell right away.
He's got that sixth sense.
Yeah, but also anyone with any fucking common sense would know that he's the killer just from his eyes.
Oh yeah,
from
definitely.
his eyes alone, and from the cell phone. From the cellular telephone.
Yeah.
Kane said cellular television.
Oh god, you're just calling me out on the podcast.
Yeah. No, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Yeah, we'll
cellular television in his pocket.
We'll talk about this after the show, mate.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll take it outside.
Yeah, we'll fucking take it outside after the show ends.
Yeah.
No. Throughout the film, when we kind of brought up the point of why the hell does he hang out with these people, part of me kind of thought that, it was a kind of... Because nerds, they still were perceived as uncool back... Because Randy, he's a fucking nerd. He's a film nerd. And, that was perceived... And, being a nerd in anything that wasn't, like, sports or whatever was perceived as uncool. I'm starting to sound like a bit of a...
the history of social science in high school.
I'm starting to sound like one of those kids that's like, oh, I hate sports and all that. That's not the thing. I'm just saying that, back in the day, sports and athletics and all that, they were cool. Pop culture, that was drool. Especially in high school.
Oh, I can't believe you just said that was drool.
Well, mate, I'm sure they said that in the 90s. Like, come on.
Totally. Yeah, said it when we were in high school.
High school in the 90s. Yeah.
No, when we were in high school in the mid 2010s. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sport is cool, TV drool.
Yeah. No, but I was going to say, like, I was thinking beforehand that, he's maybe just latching onto these people because, he's a nerd, and, nerds, they're perceived as uncool, and it's like, these people, they like me, so I'll latch onto them, because I ain't got anywhere else to go. But, like, that's not really the case. Like, throughout the movie, the more that I watch the movie and all that, like, that's not the case, because, like, Randy, he's a pretty, like, how would you describe, like, he's a pretty socially aware dude. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
he's not a fucking idiot. He's not like one of those like he's not really a social outcast. He's not like introverted or anything. Hell, if anything, he's definitely not. I would say extroverted, but he's definitely like, not a fucking like shut in or whatever.
I think that's probably the only fault with the believability of this film is that, Randy, these people would not have liked to spend time with Randy, and Randy wouldn't have liked to spend time with them.
No.
I don't think anyone would have liked that.
No, personally, I don't think I would want to spend much time with them either.
Oh yeah, they're pretty awful.
Maybe Stu, but that's just because I like his
jib.
I
like the cut of his jib.
Yeah, the cut of his jib. I like his energy, but not frequently. I'd need like maybe a week break after hanging out with him.
Oh, he would be a guy that you would have a great time with, but holy shit, you would just need to like cleanse yourself afterwards.
Yeah, definitely.
Just to cleanse yourself from his spit and his tongue coming all close to your face.
Oh my god, yeah.
Man, Matthew Lillard, he knows how to point his tongue, bro.
Oh yeah, goddamn.
And his freaking like his rant at the end, he does a great job of just being freaking nuts.
Dude, when he's revealed as the as one of the killers, oh my god, I swear he took like Adderall or fucking, I don't know, MDMA or some shit, and just went off.
Oh yeah, he definitely seemed like he was on some sort of drug. He was on caps. Yeah. He took a couple of caps before he went to go kill Sydney.
See, if this movie took place in Australia, it would just be perceived as just a normal teenager coming home from a club or whatever with still caps in his system.
Yeah. But also you mentioned too that he probably needed that to withstand the pain of like the stabbing that he got.
That's a theory that I have. My theory is that he actually took some like drugs and all that before, getting stabbed by Billy. It would make a lot of sense, why he was so high energy and why he was able to kind of muster up the strength to try and kill Sydney after being stabbed multiple times.
Yeah,
that adrenaline of almost being close to death and also being on drugs would make him get the strength to try to fucking kill her.
He's there bent over the bench, like, I'm dying, Billy. I'm feeling woozy. And yeah, so he's dying. And then I think that must have been when he was like out of the shot. He just took another cap, and then he's like, okay, I'm awake again. I'm ready to kill Sydney. And then awesome irony in him being killed by the TV with all these meta jokes and like the whole thing sort of occurring because of this media convention and people imitating the media convention, and then literally the TV killing him and getting him back. Fucking mad.
Oh, I loved it.
Mad.
No, that was a nice touch, honestly. Where was I going to go at? No, I don't remember. Have you got a point to go?
Oh, just talking about drugs, really. So, any sort of drug things that you wanted to bring up? Anyone else that you think were on drugs?
In the movie,
but I got a thought actually. Sorry, this is going back to the last thing that we were talking about.
Do go on.
But also, like, why did even Sydney hang out with this group? I feel like that they wouldn't have liked, like, because Sydney's like the classic final girl who doesn't really drink. She's a virgin for most of the film. Yeah. And then there's like the only other girl in the group who seems to be like the like sex positive, I drink heaps and I'm like a party girl. And then the other two that are sort of like, yeah, we're party guys, we're pretty cool. Like, I don't know why the friendship dynamic, I don't really see that happening.
Yeah, I don't really understand. What I perceive is that I feel like Tatum and unless it Casey, fucking hell, Sydney, I feel like they were maybe childhood friends, or they knew each other at the start of high school and all that, because like high school like works differently in America than it does in fucking Australia. Because I was gonna say like year 7, but I was like, wait, no, year 7 is like halfway. Is like halfway through middle school in America.
But you are right. I think probably was something like they were just in like primary school friends or elementary school friends or middle school friends, and then I feel they just kept it.
And then I feel like
and they went in their own little different ways.
Yeah,
but together.
Together. But I definitely feel like her getting with Billy, it was probably like I wouldn't personally say it, but like, I feel like he'd be perceived as a good-looking guy in like the school setting and all that. He's tall, he's intimidating looking, he's got like greasy hair, but like not too, like he puts like product in it. He's got kind of like that bad boy kind of vibe.
Well, all the girls in this universe seems to find intimidating men sexy. Because first of all, Drew Barrymore is like, I don't have a boyfriend, but to the guy over the phone when she does. So she must have been attracted in some way to him then to lie about that, I'm guessing. And then also when Sydney is on the phone to presumably she thinks Randy, who is also doing the "you like scary movies" voice, she's like, I like that voice, Randy. It's sexy.
Yeah.
So people seem to really like that. No wonder Billy's such a catch.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to finish you off, but by saying
Finish me off, thank you.
That's
very generous of you.
Oh, you're welcome. I'll save it for after the podcast.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, like. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, this is how high school girls act. But like, you know,
God, I hate women.
No.
Welcome to the Incels podcast.
Oh, mate, we've got a lot to talk about. No, that just makes you seem worse.
Oh, fucking Christ.
No, but you know, you're a 16-year-old girl. You see this good-looking dude and all that. And, you know, I don't know the history between them. I don't know how they got together, but, like, obviously there was some form of a connection back then. Plus, also, I feel like maybe Tatum, like, played a hand in it low-key.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
her being like, I'm going to set you up with Billy. Billy is so hot and really into you.
That's another thing that I didn't even think about, because, you know, she was probably dating Stu before Sydney was dating Billy. Like,
no, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, okay, I'm just theorizing.
Shut my theory down, all right.
Because, so what Billy was saying too, a lot of his thing was that he was like, we were getting all hot and heavy when we first started dating, and then since your mother died a year ago, then we've stopped doing anything frisky, and so then that says they were at least going out for a year, and then also let's just add a little bit more to that as well on the end, because they were already like getting frisky or whatever. Where then I feel like Stu and what was the girl's name? Tatum. I feel like they weren't together for that long, because also Stu seems to be a man that only goes through women quite quick, being like, oh yeah, I was with Casey for like 3 seconds. So,
yeah, okay. Yeah, now you bringing that up, it makes a lot more sense.
So this is all just theorizing. We're just theorizing backstories of these characters. The Wes Craven...
He just shut me down, audience.
I just had no fucking idea. Yeah, Wes Craven had probably no clue or no... even sort of thinking about what happened beforehand.
Yeah.
But we're here like, oh, this probably happened. This probably happened to these fictional characters.
We need the background lore on all the characters. I need to know how Sydney and Billy got together. I need the prequel, man.
It's because the most important thing about this series is the friendship dynamics. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We've barely even spoken about kills or anything like that.
All right. Well...
I was going to ask you, what do you think, in your opinion, best kill?
All right, let me think. I would... well, Casey's is pretty iconic and all that. I wouldn't say it's the best kill, but it's definitely like an iconic kill. You know, you got her getting stabbed lying on the porch, pulling the mask away before Ghostface does the final blow, and then you got her on the noose. I would say my personal favorite kill is got to be Stu's death.
Oh, okay, nice. Awesome.
Stu's death.
Sweet, you didn't steal mine.
No. It was poetic. It was kind of poetic in a way. You were talking about how, like, you know, he was killed by the TV, and like how he's talking about like how movies but like made serial killers more creative, as they said, as Billy says in the movie.
Oh,
cool. Yeah, they're definitely influenced by horror movies, and then to have a TV kill him, which was playing the original Halloween, to have a horror movie kill him, a scary movie as they call it, it just feels very poetic, and plus also the kill's just fucking sick as hell.
The thing that we were mentioning to each other when watching it, we were thinking like, damn, like I wonder how much it would have cost Miramax to get the rights to like just play scenes from Halloween and then also use like audio cues and stuff in the movie as well.
I'd like to think that Wes Craven and John Carpenter, since, you know, they're responsible for creating... Yeah, they well, maybe not good mates, but they probably would have a respect for one another. Thus why John Carpenter would lend him the rights to using Halloween and all that. Because, you know, created 2 iconic horror movie characters. They were both pretty big, ran about the same time frame and all that. They were like... did John Carpenter even make anything? Oh no, he made The Thing in the 80s, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, is that even like? Oh, I could be wrong. Is it late 70s? Like
The Thing? No, that's 82.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I was gonna ask, like, did John Carpenter even make any like famous horror movies in the 80s? And then I just remembered about The Thing, which I still have not seen.
A little tidbit about us is that Kane is very, very good with movie years. always feel like I am, but then I'm not. Where Kane is very, very accurate with it.
I've spent a lot of time just watching movies and like searching up years and all that. I used to organize my movie collection by year.
That's cool. That is commendable, man.
Yeah, but this is like back when I had like 70 DVDs. Now I've got like almost 2,000 at this point. So
any Joe Blow can organize his DVDs in alphabetical order. You need to pass prep to know the alphabet, but you gotta be a special type of fan to know the chronological order of when your stuff was released. I used to have my video games in like release date order. Yep, but I 100% cheated because there's a little code down the bottom of here's a little fun fact.
Yeah.
On the spine of most video games, depending on what platform it is, there'll be a number that is most likely a signature for the like number of release. The order of release of that particular game. So PS3 and PS4 games have literally like, I think for PS4, I'll go check right now. Just hold on. Just looked. It says like cursor and then a number down the bottom. And the number down the bottom is what, when it was chronologically. It's when, how it fits in the order of PS4 games being released. So like, let's just say Infamous Second Son was released as like a launch title, and that has like the number 4 down the bottom because there were probably like, I don't know, 8 launch titles or something, and then they all had like 1 to 4. So I just looked at those numbers down the bottom and then just put it in that order. So that's just I don't really know why I had to say that.
Mate, you're just teaching the audience something. You're helping them learn as well as entertain.
So yeah, if you want to put your video games in chronological order of their release date, then that is a really good way to do it. But then also, it's unsatisfying as fuck to have like Assassin's Creed 1 next to freaking, I don't know, Skyrim or something.
Yeah, I feel sick just thinking about it.
And then having all your franchises split up.
Yeah, no thank you, mate.
And Kane and I definitely like our franchises being stuck together.
We do.
Full circle. How lovely.
Anyways, let's reel it back. Because I think I pretty much finished talking about my favorite kill. What about you?
Oh, mine probably has to go to like the most memorable and unique is probably Tatum's death in the garage.
That's a good one.
I think what stands out to me as well is like when we're looking at it and trying to nitpick stuff. Her head being squashed, it looks like a sex doll, just being like the head being compressed there.
Yeah.
But at least it was for like a second, so it looked alright still.
Yeah,
but that was
didn't ruin the scene.
Yeah, and also Tatum is a badass. Like she
actually stands her ground.
She gets her wrists cut by this dude, and then barely reacts, and is just like, dude, what the fuck? And then tries fighting back. And then there were a couple of continuity errors with her trying to get through this doggy door. One angle, like she's down to like her elbow being through it, and then on the other one, she hasn't even gotten past the shoulder. So, that's always fun to look at. Yeah. But yeah, I really liked it. Thought it was quite cool. I cannot imagine, though, that those sort of like pull-up doors are that strong to do that.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I don't think so, actually.
I think surely they would stop. I don't know. I don't know if like, it's like with elevator doors, like, when you're a kid, it's terrifying, the concept of like putting your hand in an elevator door when it closes. But
I feel like are you trying to reference Final Destination 2, the elevator death scene?
No, I'm just referencing how our brains sort of make it seem intimidating.
I get what you mean. You just had me like fucking thinking about that, which we'll definitely get to at some point.
Yeah, we're definitely going to do Final Destination.
That one's going to be an interesting one when talking about kills.
I know. That's just going to be like a whole kills filled episode.
Oh god, I would be more than happy to do that.
But like, there's a failsafe built into that. Like, you can't... like, nothing's going to happen there with the elevator. Yeah. Where I think it must be the same for these gates. Because...
Yeah, it should be. I mean, I don't think that the creators of those garage doors were, really expecting people to go into the doggy doors and get crushed by them. But I feel like even then, I don't feel like it's strong enough to really kill someone.
I feel like that they would only put as much power in the motor that is needed to lift the actual thing. I feel like that it wouldn't even gone up to support her weight, honestly.
That is true.
Let's test it. Do you have a like remote control?
Dude, I don't even have a garage.
Oh, okay. Well, that sets us back. That holds us back a little bit.
Yeah,
my garage door is one of those that comes up and is sort of like a hatch instead of one of those like wheelie gates that rolls up. So yeah, we can't even test it. Fuck.
Yeah, well, hopefully, hey, look, viewers at home, listeners at home. I keep saying viewers like I'm a YouTuber.
There's no video component of this podcast. Just letting you guys know.
Listeners,
unlike Sweet Boys, our freaking copy podcast.
Hey, one day we might get we might do a video portion or whatever. But for now, it's just audio. So hope you enjoy listening to our voices and imagining what we look like.
If I thought about it more, I probably would have pitched to like do a video component just so people know a little bit more what we look like.
Yeah.
That's like, oh, that's so stupid of me. I would have because I would have done so much sort of like calculating and thinking like, what do I want this podcast to look like?
Yeah, well,
And one of the things that I always say to myself is that it's like I can engage with the podcast a lot more if I can sort of like match a face to the voice.
Mm-hmm.
So if people, our banner is like animated, you can't see our videos, so pretty much you just have to be like very up to date with our social medias, which we will plug when we make them.
Oh, yes.
So you just got to be up to date with that to know what we look like, and then hopefully you're engaged a little bit more.
Hey, look, at some point I feel like we could include we could plan out how to incorporate video and all that into our podcast. I reckon.
Not too late.
Not too late.
Not too late. No,
we're screwed. All right, fuck you. You don't get to see our faces anymore.
Yeah, that's it. No, actually, you know what? Let's ditch the whole social media thing. Let's never show our faces ever again.
Yeah, let's just be anonymous. Let's just be How to Basic and fucking.
Oh yeah, do all these fake face reveals.
Yeah,
we do this podcast for years, 5 years. And it gets somewhat of a following. Yeah. Let's just say at least like 1,000 views each. 1,000 listens per episode. And then we finally face reveal, and we just post the pictures of the Sweet Boys.
Oh, hell yeah.
And we're just like, this is us, guys. This is who we have been this whole time.
I feel like one of our mates would definitely ruin the mystery of who we look like. They'd be like, "Oh, Marathon Me, it's these two guys."
Oh no! Who's gonna listen though to just some like one of our friends?
Yeah, not true actually. Unless my brother, Pepsi-gasm.
Pepsi-gasm.
He's got enough of a following to blow our cover.
Oh, Kane, tell us all a little bit about your brother.
I thought it was a movie podcast, not a fucking music podcast.
Well, people have to engage with it. They have to be invested in us.
I don't want to talk about him. We don't have a good relationship.
I don't like my brother.
Yeah, we're like Liam and Noel Gallagher, bro. My brother, he makes music. He's little Pepsi-gasm. No, he's just Pepsi-gasm now. He makes funny meme music and all that. His main thing is he loves Pepsi, and his top charting song is "Your Mum Get Low," which you can suss out on Spotify.
And he's now in year 12.
Yes, and he's now in year 12. He's growing up. He's a beautiful young man. I'm very proud of him. Very proud older brother.
Oh, he's 2 years younger than us, by the way. We should also add that context. So yeah, he's like 17 currently as of 2020.
Yeah,
and also he is now vice captain. My brother is my best friend, so he will probably also come up sometimes as well on this.
Oh yes,
anecdotes, and also he was sort of like the person to introduce me to horror as well, because he's really into that sort of stuff. So that's sort of that's definitely a source for why we're doing the stuff that we're doing now.
Yeah, see, I never really had an introduction into horror. I just kind of stumbled. I kind of just stumbled upon it myself.
I thought that you were going to be like, I never really had a brother that I liked.
I never cared for my. I don't really care for my brothers and all that. Nah. But I like, I'm the oldest in my family. I don't really have an older. I never had an older brother that kind of introduced me into like the film scene and all that. I mainly just like. I was the one that introduced my brother into the film scene. Now he's like quite an avid, film fan like Rhys and I are. One day he might come on the podcast.
He is a film bro. He is 100%
definitely.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing wrong with being the film bro. Just saying, if your favorite movie is Pulp Fiction, that is perfectly fine. Just don't be obnoxious about it, please.
Yeah.
Please, I beg of you. You're giving us film fans a bad name. Come on, guys.
It's funny that we say that, but probably the whole concept of us being like, hey, we're going to talk about movies that we like and people would like to listen is probably obnoxious in itself.
Yeah, but
it's probably the biggest obnoxious thing. Like, that's a minor thing to be like, have you heard of Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
I'm actually a really big fan of this indie movie. Where we are we will talk and distribute our voices talking about these movies and be like, see, we're more qualified than any of you. But I think that is a message that we want to ingrain into this, is that we are not more qualified than anyone to talk about this. We just sort of want to, and it's gonna make me happy. Make me a happy man.
Make me happy too. We're just two dudes. I think I said this earlier in the podcast, but we're just two dudes who have a passion and love for movies, and we love talking about it, and we just wanted to share that passion with everyone. It does not mean like we said earlier, it does not mean that we are professional in any way. We know, we have a knowledge and know-how of what we're talking about. We're not like completely incompetent towards this whole the film scene and all that, but we are not, professionals and all that. We're just two dudes that just love movies a bit too much.
And yeah, we are qualified enough, that if you test Kane on his years of when movies are released, he will get it right most of the time.
Yeah, I don't know shit about movies. I just know when movies are released. That's it.
And I probably would not be able to answer any quiz correctly besides the whole that it was Pamela Voorhees who was the murderer in Friday the 13th. But other than that, I just like it as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is there anything else that we really should mention to do with Scream before we close it off?
I would just like to say that you brought up the meta thing before. I just wanted put a thought in my head that Scream was actually a very not revolutionary, but it was kind of it was the kick in the pants that the horror genre needed back in the day, because the 80s was oversaturated with shitty 80s. I just said 80s like twice in one sentence. The 80s was littered with...
The 80s was full of 80s movies.
Yeah, oh wow. No, the 80s was littered with god-awful, shitty slasher movies, slasher sequels, slasher clones, clones of Friday the 13th, just really bottom-of-the-barrel bootleg horror movies that were made for $5 that no one watched, no one liked, but, they somehow made a lot of money. And then, the 90s, the slasher scene was kind of dying out, and hell, the horror scene in general was just kind of dying out. I don't know. Whenever I think of horror movies from pre-1996, I can't really think of many good ones that really stand out and all that. Horror was kind of giving itself a bad name back in the day, because all of it was just cash grabs, shitty sequels, nothing really original, nothing really standing out and all that. You know what I mean?
I think that I'm a firm believer that self-awareness in horror movies is a big factor in it's a big reoccurring theme in a lot of really, really good horror movies.
Yeah.
So, yeah, any type of self-awareness is just totally welcome. And then coming from, Wes Anderson. Wes Craven.
Wrong Wes, mate.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. There are a lot of directors with the name Wes and also a lot of directors with the name Anderson.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Yeah, true.
Weird. But anyway, Wes Craven, probably a good source for this sort of self-referential, self-aware sort of, not even comedy, but satire.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Fan bloody tastic, I've got to say. We've watched, as we're recording this, we've watched the first two, and yeah, so far pretty good.
Mm-hmm, yes, definitely.
Cannot complain.
Just to finish off from what I was saying before, was just that when Scream came out, it felt fresh. Even watching it now, I didn't watch it during the night when it came out, but watching it now,
we are both 2000s plus babies.
Yes.
So
yeah,
we can't really talk too much about.
But
when it came out, I felt like this.
But even watching it now, it still feels fresh. It feels, it just feels fresh. I guess it feels. I can't really. I was gonna say fresh again. I can't even think of other words.
It feels fresh. Subway,
feels fresh. Oh, not sponsored, but please sponsor us if you want to. Just saying. I love the smell of Subway.
The smell of Subway is so good.
I fucking love the smell of Subway.
It is superior to the taste of it. I don't mind it. I'm a fan, but my god, and it doesn't even smell like the food. It just smells like Subway.
It was finishing off before, it was the kick in the pants that the horror genre needed. Because, after
I've already said that, Kane.
Oh my god, shut up, let me finish.
It's so repetitive, bro.
Fuck, you can't.
No C words in this podcast.
Wait, we're Australian, bro.
Oh, okay.
They need to know. They need to know our language, man.
Okay.
Wait, did we actually agree on no C word?
No, we didn't agree.
Okay, I shat myself for a second, being like, oh fuck, wait, hang on, what?
Yeah, bro, you've already broken the first rule.
Oh no!
Over the clothes, and you've already broken it.
I'm sorry, man. But yeah. Anyways, I don't really remember where else I was gonna go off, but I feel like I kind of finish.
It
My
needed
point
the
from
kick in the
before.
pants.
Oh, don't fuck off.
But ultimately pretty good, and I wasn't expecting it to be this good upon the rewatch.
Oh, yeah.
Like I just sort of I remembered it as sort of like a generic horror movie that hit every base quite well.
Mm-hmm.
But then, yeah, going into it, you sort of realize what earned its classic status.
Yeah.
Is that it did hit every base really well.
Yeah.
And the opening scene is a perfect freaking microcosm to it.
Opening scene is definitely the best scene in the movie, hands down.
It sets everything up great. And also, this is probably time to talk about structure. The pacing of the entire movie, fantastic. Was not bored once, I don't think. And also, like, it felt really, really quick because the pacing was so good. Because it didn't feel rushed, but the party scene, like the big party scene, that comes, I felt quite early on. I was like, whoa, we're already here. And then I sort of felt like that was like, oh, the movie's ending soon. But then there's still like half an hour or 40 minutes left of just the party. And it didn't feel that long. So that is, I think, a really, really important thing that they did and did super well. And also the side characters too, everyone seemed to be utilized really well.
Yes, you remember they all had distinct personalities, you remember their names, and they were enjoyable to watch and all that. Some more than others, mainly, Randy and Stu, can't believe I forgot his name. But everyone was, what's the word?
Come on, Kane. Come on, we could wrap it up.
Engaging.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I was engaged within all the characters.
It definitely. We're gonna discuss this more on later episodes, but there's a bit of a contrast with those sort of side characters as the series goes on. Like,
definitely agreed.
Every named character, I feel, engaging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any characters that aren't named, like extras, even somewhat engaging. Like when we first enter the school and you look in the background and there's this one really sad blonde man that is walking into school with like all these news vans everywhere behind Sydney and stuff and just looking around really confused, very confused and has no one to talk to about it. Like imagine arriving at school and there's all these news vans everywhere. And you just don't have anyone to talk to about it. How much would that suck?
Yeah, that would be awful.
And you're just sort of roaming around, like, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. And you can't even share the moment and be like, oh my god, what's happening? This is weird.
No.
You would just be a confused individual. Just like,
that's so depressing.
Okay, should I be scared? Okay. Also, all the extras, too, in this scene, like, none of them were talking. If this was a real thing at high school, there being news vans everywhere, everyone would be talking.
Oh, God, yeah.
Talking to people that they know and people that they don't know. Just for the matter of fact of, what is going on? This is crazy.
People just
holy
need to
shit.
know.
And imagine also being the kid that was like sick to school on that day.
Oh my god!
And then you come back.
The sick kid would be me, man.
Oh, it would be you because. Oh, and then you come back to school and you're like, oh, what did I miss yesterday? And people are like, Casey's dead.
Oh,
Casey and her boyfriend got ravagely murdered. And then...
Ravagely murdered?
Ravaged. They got savagely murdered. And then there were news vans everywhere interviewing people.
Oh,
and then also, so funny too, in that whole like introduction to the school news vans everywhere scene. I could only see all the different news vans from like Black News and stuff from Scary Movie.
Oh yes.
And Shorty being like, "Run, bitch,
run, bitch, run!"
Yeah.
Oh, fucking God bless that movie.
And then it doesn't happen, and you're like, wait a minute, why is that not there?
Yeah, you're expecting that punchline to happen.
Yeah. It's like, wrong movie. Sorry. Same font, wrong movie.
Yeah. Same font, same basic idea, different movie, different genre.
Yeah.
Oh man, fucking.
So I think that I can probably bring an end to our first ever legit episode.
Wait, before you finish, can I just say shout out to Henry Winkler for giving a great performance as what was the principal's name?
Mr. Measley or Muxley.
Mr. Muxley.
Like
Mr. Fonzie.
The Fonz.
Mr. Fonz.
They just call him the Fonz. Really good principal too.
Yeah.
He like also sorry, that brings us to another point that like, oh my god, some of these teenagers are fucking awful coming to the school dressed up as the serial killer, being like, oh look at this, look
how funny this is,
boo.
I mean, it's kind of relevant because like teenagers, they can be fucking horrible, vile people and all that. We were horrible, vile people when we were teenagers at one point or another. Making jokes about sensitive topics and all that.
Maybe we have been lucky to not face this horrible people.
God,
but
yes.
sometimes in movies they just overamp how horrible people are.
Oh yeah, no, definitely they go a bit over the top with it, but it's not like it's kind of out of the ordinary because there are definitely horrible like teenagers in. I'm not saying like they're disgusting, they should be put to death, but like they. Like personality wise and sense of humor wise, some people are very vile and all that.
It would like we compared it all a bit to Columbine at a particular point.
My! I was thinking, is he gonna bring it up? Is he gonna bring up the point that I made up? You fucking did it.
Yeah, it's like that if like a day or two after Columbine, some kid comes to school with a fake gun, being like, ha ha ha, bang bang bang, shoot shoot shoot.
God!
And no wonder, like, so Henry Winkler as the principal brings these two pranksters in and is like, you two are expelled. Like, instantly, you're expelled.
Yeah.
And Kane was like, oh, that's a bit harsh.
Yeah.
And I'm here thinking, like, nah, that is fucked. And the anecdote that we made was, if a student got cancer, and then the day after, some kid comes to school with a shaven head and dressed up as, like, an exaggerated cancer person, being like, oh, look at me, I have cancer. Oh, I'm so sick. Or come, like, dressed up as a cancer cell. Mm-hmm. Like, that's fucked.
Yeah.
And should probably be expelled. You should probably be expelled.
Yeah,
if that's the case.
upon further thought, after saying that line, I was like, yeah, actually, that is so true. Oh my god, fucking hell.
Henry Winkler, you were a good principal,
Yeah.
and there should be more principals like you out there.
Yeah, you should not have been taken away from us so soon.
And then when he was taken away from us at the party,
oh my god,
Jamie
yeah.
Kennedy, Randy, the man, gets a call. Hey, your principal is dead, and he's been like hung up on the goalposts at the high school. And then all the kids go, "Oh man, we got to go there quick before he gets taken down." How
that
fucked?
That is disgusting. Like. Oh my god.
Imagine, like, we get a call that, the principal, Mr. Not going to say his name, was just savagely killed, not ravagely, and hung up at the school. And then thinking, bro, we've got to see this.
Oh my god, yeah, fuck yeah.
That is fucked.
Oh,
so fucked up.
That is actually, like, horrible. Oh my god.
These horrible, horrible people. So maybe more of them. Also, yeah, more of them deserve to be killed than were. And the body count probably in this was like double what we actually saw on screen, because all these drunk teenagers rushing to the school, rushing to their cars to drive there.
We never see those dudes again when they start drink driving.
We never see them.
For all we know, they're probably fucking dead.
Probably. That's like 12 teenagers dead. Yeah. How many did we see that were killed? Like maybe 8 or something?
Oh, I can't be fuck counting right now. But yeah, it was not too much. It is actually a very low kill count.
Yeah, like actually, I think that we could probably count it now. So Casey and her boyfriend.
Yeah. And
then there's Tatum. And then there is... What?
Kenny, the cameraman.
Oh, Kenny the cameraman. Mm-hmm. Kenny the cameraman. And then there is... Henry Winkler. And then there's Stu and
Billy.
And Billy. But then Stu and Billy weren't even killed by the killers. So that's like 5? Are we forgetting a big one?
I don't think so.
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
So really, relatively low body count. Even if half of those drunk teenage drivers are killed, then still overcomes the body count.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And then also, just before we go as well, Wes Craven put in a little Easter egg of the Freddy Krueger janitor.
Classic.
Had to mention that because there also seemed to be another Easter egg in the second one with that. So I wonder if in most of Wes Craven's movies he hides a Freddy sweater.
Well, actually, that's an excellent question.
Like, I haven't seen enough to give like a to like suggest that it's in all of them. But I have seen all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and there's a Freddy sweater and all of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, like in the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie, you can there's actually like a shot where you see the Freddy sweater multiple times.
Oh my god!
I know, it's crazy.
In the second, I think I caught up on the second one too. There's a couple shots with one in there.
Nah, bullshit. I didn't see it in that
movie.
Bro,
there's a couple. I swear.
You're taking
when
the
we
piss,
get
mate.
to Friday the 13th, when we get to Nightmare on Elm
Street franchise.
Yeah, when we get to Nightmare on Elm Street, I'll point it out to you.
Okay, yeah.
There's actually like a couple, and he hides it pretty well, but there's a couple there, man. I'm hyped.
We'll definitely keep an eye out in Scream 3 and see if we can see any Freddy sweaters and all that.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to keep on top of that. See if Wes Anderson has any other little hidden things.
Oh yes,
but I think that's probably it for our first podcast. If we have done anything wrong, tell us where we went wrong. But also, if we did anything that you liked, tell us, please.
Yes, please.
We can only improve if there are enough comments to build our egos, than to sort of crash them down.
Yeah. please be constructive. Like, you know, if you have criticism, please don't hesitate to criticize, but be constructive about it. Don't just be, ha ha ha, you're stupid, fuck you, you suck.
Yeah, it would be great if you had two better co-hosts, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that would hurt, but that's at least more constructive and all that, so please, yeah.
Yeah, and also, by this point, we will also have it distributed, so please rate our podcast 5 out of 5 stars, or whatever sort of rating system there is on the platform that you're listening to. I think I want to distribute it on like every platform that I possibly can, which would be like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora.
Are these going to go on YouTube?
Things like that. Maybe not. Maybe I don't know. Do people want to see it on YouTube? Where do you listen to podcasts?
Man, it's just Spotify and YouTube.
Okay,
mainly.
then maybe we should do YouTube then, just with like, we can figure that out.
Yeah.
I always listen on Google Podcasts, so that's why I'm like, wow, there's this huge variety of podcast apps out there that people use. So I'm very excited, Kane, and I hope that all are too, listeners. Have a great day, and I'll catch you next episode. Goodbye.
See you guys. Just in the fucking voice crack, Jesus.